as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Log in and all that shit. So it's kind of, I see they send a different email every time. So that part helps. You know what I'm saying? I gotta remember to save them and delete them. So that's one of the biggest.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard.
You know what I'm saying?
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and she was like, every time you do it, everybody set up, you gotta send whatever that login information to them at that time. So yeah, so you gotta make it ain't the same one every time.
Man, that's crazy because it should be like, you know what I'm saying, you can dial in.
Yeah.
But I mean, but y'all got FaceTime and all that shit too, so.
Yeah, we can do that too, yeah.
You're gonna have to get used to that shit, especially like, you know what I'm saying? It's a fucking.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Living in fucking Texas,
Yeah.
Oh, why the fuck is you always in the room whenever I play X? You ain't fucking good luck till I can't beat his ass. Yeah, I fucking lose every time. Take your ass out of here.
Right.
Can't wait till you move to Texas. Fucking give his ass bad luck until I get down there. Shit.
First down, and it's Pollard again. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Irritating as fuck. Like, why you gonna charge me $25 to wire? Huntington didn't charge us shit. You know what I'm saying?
Huntington better. But Texas.
Well, technically, yeah.
Huntington is better. Texas got
They just don't have Huntington.
No, Texas got what's that shit called?
Bank of America. Yeah, we can probably.
And they got Wells Fargo.
And I always liked Bank of America though, years ago. But they haven't changed up from, you know.
On second down, it's Pollard. Yeah, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for it.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to put it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Yeah, he's throwing the back up.
And he didn't quite have the back spin on that one. It hits it to 4. It continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Huh? Because, nigga, I want to go sit outside, but it's hot as fuck. And it ain't even, look, dude, it's not even 80 degrees here yet. Like, it's like 90. I'll tell you exactly where it's at.
It do feel hotter than it normally be.
It's 90 degrees in Grand Prairie now, in Texas right now. 90. We had like 75. Man, right. And you look at the whole different type of heat, bro.
He goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I do though, but then I want to sit in the garage, but it's too many bugs. I haven't cleaned the garage out, so it's too many bugs out there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Oh my God.
To throw is Mariota. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that would be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
On 2nd and 11 now, Mariota, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips, and this one winds up getting intercepted.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
On the ready.
Play action. Herbert. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And this is going to be intercepted. Well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mariota, and he's got the hook up to Moore. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. And that's complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. This is Mostert. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And I think, missed it. He did. He missed it off to the right. No good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Ready, ready. 8-3.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Pollard. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
It's froze. I can't call timeout or nothing.
We'll get into here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt.
We're looking up.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check 15, check 15. He's cracked. He's checking cracked. Under 10, under 10. Go.
They'll run forward with Pollard. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The run for Pollard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation...
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper there to make the grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 67 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready? Look at me. Score. Score.
Here's Pollard. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Herbert. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 52 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by at Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
But that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
56. Mike, 56 right there. 56. Hey, exit. 56. Yo, go, go.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much. Getting outside of the pocket. And it results in a sack. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him not get through.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They go play action. Mariota. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 46 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 14-10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
I know which one you were talking about.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot down and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they were picking fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
All the Red Bulls, all
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of stopping at the gas station.
On first down, Herbert.
Man, stop it, man.
It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. It's a little bit over. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get. And you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Shot before break. Herbert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now on 2nd and 13. Mariota. He'll try and run it. As he takes his feet on the 35 before going out of bounds. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mariota taking a shot for Samuel, and that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hold now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. Cooper's got it. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown. Cowboys. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys are back within a single score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? And, you know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but they just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go. Big six right here. You gotta step up. Where they keep? Receive. Chopper.
To throw Mariota. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Now Austin. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Looking to throw on second down. Herbert steps away to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Back to throw. Herbert toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Mariota, taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now the give, right side McCaffrey. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Again, they run again, it's McCaffrey. The ball's out, McCaffrey lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather, of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football grip, in the rain?
I I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Pollard. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Off the play fake. Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Taylor. There's another takeaway at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Time tonight, he's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
54, check, check, 154, 154.
This is McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mariota. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, of course, as a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Going to run again here with Pollard. He takes gets it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
They praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Herbert. Side here, and that's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Herbert looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. They'll run with McCaffrey. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
And I think about all the practices we've watched where they had that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for.
You know, that's all you know, right? You see it, the whole thing?
Yeah.
Man, it's fun. And that nigga was happy as fuck. You gotta watch it. Man, I swear this shit be on my time bad. Fucking dying, bro.
Yet at the same time, not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
Dude, did you see that shit when they redid the Coming to America with all of the different faces? And I sent you?
Yeah.
You ain't see that shit, because if you'd have seen it, you'd have You gotta wait, because it's like, it's long. They redid the Coming to America when they went to the club. And it was like, they had met all of the different women, but they put different faces on it. Like, you see it?
This to make it a 2-score game. And Gano's
Yeah, I watched this shit
right
like
through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Game gets real bad today. But you guys doing this.
set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there. I do. I think that he had that in his...
And this is taken in at the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 52 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Well, my lady man sitting here, I could be pecking at this shit. Right, babe?
That's right.
Yeah.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're not. But they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 in some certain situations, trying to ice the game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Charles, defensively, 1 timeout left. Do you use it here, or do you let it roll to the 2-minute warning?
I would use it here because you're going to give the 2-minute warning stoppage as well, and then that means you have to snap the ball again. Something could happen. Something could go awry. You could get the ball back. I wouldn't let it run.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
No, not all of them. I'm talking about these.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. They had the extra week of rest. That was a factor. I think this home crowd was certainly a factor as well. So this is step 1 done. Now they need to win next week if they want to get to the Super Bowl.
I like those 2 factors that you brought up. The extra week, getting the open week by being the number 2 seed, a terrific home crowd for them, coupled with really good play. That allows them now to keep their Super Bowl dream alive. 1 more on their way to the Super Bowl.
Hey, I was just about to think, I was just looking like, why would I have a random ass saran wrap? But I forget I used to wrap myself.
Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because it's going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
Why do I have nails in my damn tooth?
What do they belong to? That's the question.
Huh?
I said, what do they belong to?
I don't like that I can't pull this out. Oh, shit. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. I do. Hope I lost the ace once again. Thanks, Zeke, for missing another round of playoffs. The bad thing is I fucking called off, and I think that was my holiday day.
Huh?
I called off yesterday, but I think that was my holiday.
Really?
Yeah. What were we supposed to
Hey, Coco Baby. Hey, baby.
Yeah. I hate this nigga.
I get tired of talking shit to each other.
No. No, we don't. It's just,
Yeah, it's, y'all know.
Everybody
Ain't
in
no
this
big, no,
bitch.
yeah.
Everybody in this bitch know each other. They understand for real. So it's kind of like, you just expect funny shit. How people. And that's just, That's it.
I mean, shit, I know as long as you know him.
Yeah, real. And you know what I'm saying? All we do is fucking argue. You know what I'm saying? Argue more and argue more. And shit is funny, man. Everybody fucking cool. Everybody motherfucking cool.
I think the guy had to come over today. I took the phone with my mom to see if he came over today.
Oh, okay, Rory.
Yeah. I should have touched bases with him, and I should have touched bases with him. You know, she just want basic insurance, not nothing where, you know, I told her, like, you don't have to really need nothing. Just give me enough. You know what I'm saying? Get enough to bury you in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so really, y'all don't really need like 10, maybe 15,000 a piece. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, my parents, you know, they want to be cremated.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they want to be cremated.
Jerry is from that one.
No, my mom and Bill B. You know, he married, so any wishes that he, you know what I'm saying, she has, even though I'm his child, you know what I'm saying, she has, yeah, you know, the right to whatever. I'm pretty sure, well, I can't say pretty sure. I hope that she reaches out to me and asks, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. Whatever his wishes is, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I guess when it gets time to bury him and they ask for money, you know, that's when they'll reach out. Well, you know, you ain't got no insurance, you know, all that shit. So. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that not saying that I don't care, you know, but as far as my dad and, you know what I mean, as far as my mom and D.O.B., that's the only man that I've known that I was, you know what I'm saying? I mean, not known, but, you know, so. We had a lot of ups and downs throughout the years, but his intentions wasn't as good once I got older. Once I got older, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, the thing about it is, like, we used to get into it, but I never wanted for nothing. Like, we, you know what I'm saying? Like, we kicked it, we took trips, you know, but at the same time, like, I was also an older teenager. So, you know what I'm saying? Trying to adjust to a new man, like, in the house was just, I gave that nigga hell. I mean, it wasn't bad on my part, probably bad on his part, but shit. His part, but that's what it is. Like, my mom, you know, I mean, you know the situation with that type of shit, but I think that's what she needs. She gotta deal with that and hope they never leave each other. So I just want to make sure that whenever they, you know, go to the next stage, that they'll be taken care of. So. same thing. I don't know what, I don't know what his blood daughters got going on. You know what I'm saying? With that. I was trying to tell him Sade.
Yeah, ain't no younger. Ain't nobody up under
Didi?
Yeah.
No, Didi the youngest.
So they even got wheels?
Who? My parents? No. That's basically like, I wanted them to get the insurance. We don't even have wheels. Mine don't even have a wheel. That's why I've been like trying to get her to write a wheel out. You know what I'm saying? To basically state certain situations. Like, she been telling me to go down there to do, she wanted to do power of attorney over her estate. She been telling you to do that for long. Because the thing about it is, if we out in Texas, huh? I should have, what you call it? I should have, what are you doing? Come on, you want to fold up all, why don't you fold up the clothes on one side and I unpack all the shit?
What the hell? I'm tired of jumping.
Huh?
Whatever he around, he got somebody else shooting his hand.
Man. Yeah, that's Gino. What's going on? Yeah, that's Gino.
He got a show.
I don't know where he's from. I just know that's who he is.
How you know?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know him, like, know him, but I just know him because I've been around him a few times. I just say I don't know him like that. I just been around him. That's different of just being around him. Like, a long time ago. Very, very long time ago. Like, you irritating. Nigga, I told you, I knew Thomas when he was motherfucking, he was trying to be Jim Jones, nigga. What the He was trying to be Jim Jones, huh? Huh? Years ago, like literally, maybe about 10 or so, 13 years ago.
Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set